episode of Mimi's Mrs. Podcast. I'm your host, Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on the first Saturday of 2026, baby. Happy New Year! I'm just so honored to have made it to this year. Last year was tough, especially the last 3 months of the year. It was very, very tough. I'm going to talk about it in detail, maybe next episode or the one after that. I don't know. I'm still trying to organize the episodes for this year or for this month. So I'm still thinking about it. I'm in the village. I crossed over to the new year with my grandma in the village, and I'm just so honored because God made it happen, and I'm just so glad that I got to see my grandmother before the year ended. I was here in April in 2025, and since then I hadn't seen my grandma. And so when the opportunity came for me to travel to come and be with her and spend New Year's Eve and New Year's with her, I was like, yes, I'm going to go and I'm going to be glad about it. I'm going to try and forget everything that happened, the past, actually, I say 3, but most especially the past 2 months. November and December were terrible. But I'm just going to be happy about this day. This episode is not going to be very long. I don't want it to be very long because it's just a short one, and I'm in the village. I'm going to be uploading it using bundles. So, yeah, I cannot risk having it be very, very long. I'm going to try and record this for the shortest time possible, and just fall asleep because it's already 1 a.m. I'm in my bedroom, and my grandmother is in the next bedroom. I hope that I will not be making noise for her. I don't want to like her to jolt up and be worried like, who am I talking to in the middle of the night? Am I on the phone? Or is there something happening? So that's why I'm talking like this as well. I'm not raising my voice so much. I would have recorded this during the day, but there was a lot of things happening outside. And then our chicken love making noise. So yeah. And we have these birds. I don't know what they are called. But if you remember Jugush and Sele, they had them. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are called, but I remember one time Jugush brought them home and Zele was asking us what they were. So we have such, and they have this particular kind of noise they make, and it's so irritating. So, like on the first, during the day in the morning, they were on the window of my bedroom and they were making noise there. I say mine, but well, it's all of the ladies who sleep in this house, this amazing house that my grandmother made for herself. So, yeah, in the meantime, I'm just going to call it my bedroom because I'm the only one here at the moment. My cousins and other people usually come around, they're not around. But yeah, I'm just so grateful that we crossed over to the new year. So I don't know what's going to happen this year. Like, I'm going to try my level best to bring you everything that I promised you before, okay? Because if you remember the last episode, was it the last Saturday in November? I told you guys that I'm going to be doing a couple of things, talk to people, invite people to the podcast. I'm still hoping that that will happen. I don't know if it's going to. I'm not really sure. I'm praying that it does. I'm in the village. I had said that I will try and make my grandma or ask my grandma to shoot one episode with me. I don't know. I'm still thinking what I should talk about with her, because I know that will be an amazing episode. So I don't know. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay. I'm used to being let down. I'm used to things not working out the way I want them to work out. So I'll ask her. If she accepts, well and good. If she doesn't, then there's nothing I can do about that. I'd also say that I will talk to some friends and maybe record some episodes. There was one that was supposed to happen then. Was it in November or early December? But it didn't end up happening. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to move past it because I've come to realize something in my life. When I ask somebody to do something and they don't show the same enthusiasm as I do, I just tend to let them go because I don't want to be, told that I'm forcing people into doing things. I don't want to be people's enemies. Like, if you've heard the story of my life, you know that I've been through so many moments where people always brought me down or say this or that about me or put me in very, very weird situations. And I had to forgive people even though they never asked for forgiveness. But those were people that I had to forgive. I had to deal with. They were my family, they were very close family friends or something like that. But now in my life, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to force issues. I don't want to force people to do things. If you had my story as well about the podcast, you know that I wanted to do it with a friend. And I kept asking and asking. Our schedules never aligned. And as I said, maybe one day we can meet up and maybe do that as well if she'll ever be available. But I got to a point where I was like, no, I can't keep waiting for her. And that's why I started the podcast by myself in November 2024, you know, because I'd been waiting since May. And so this thing about recording that episode in November or December or whatever, I kept waiting and waiting and asking questions, and I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. So I just let it go. Maybe it might still work or maybe it might never do. Whatever happens, we'll see this year. Okay, because it's just the beginning. It's January. I'm recording this on the 2nd of January. It's past midnight. It's 1:21 as I'm recording this. So it's just the beginning. So many things can happen, so many things can come to fruition, so many things that I've dreamt about might work or they might not. I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything. I just want to begin the year with an open mind and see where it goes. I really, really just want to let things happen. I don't know. I remember saying that I do not do resolutions. I don't want to. The only thing that I've made up my mind on trying to do is one thing, trying to get my weight under control. And that's not even like a resolution, that's just a health thing. Because, as I said, November and December were tough. So I want to work on that. That's the only thing that I'm thinking about. The rest, I'm going to do what I usually do. Live a day at a time. I'm going to move on. Whatever comes, I take it. Whatever comes, I take it. Or if it's something I do not want to associate with, I let it go. But yeah, so those ones, I don't know. It's 365 days. So let's see. We'll see what is going to happen, yeah, in those days. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try my best to do the things that I said I was going to do, but I don't want to force anything. The other thing that I made sure that I did is I started writing a new story, B for Boss. The first chapter is going live on miliana30.wordpress.com next Monday on the 5th of January 2026. The first chapter is going live. The next Monday, chapter 2, which I already done. Chapter 3, I'm halfway. Well, I started making the plans to travel. I sort of stopped writing, but while I'm in the village, I'm going to try and continue writing. I've relaxed for 2 days, so maybe tomorrow, like in the morning, today in the morning, I'm going to try and write maybe and finish chapter 3, and then I'll continue. So I know the story, I know how I want it to go, and I hope that I'm going to continue writing it because the first time I wrote a full chapter, that day, I think it was on the 19th of December, I celebrated. I had a little party for myself, nothing spectacular or anything. It was just me being grateful to God that I can still be able to write and create something so beautiful for me. Like, it doesn't have to mean anything to you, but it meant the world to me. So I hope that you're going to tune in on Monday, the 5th, and read the first chapter. And I'm going to give a disclaimer. If you do not want to read smart written by me, please do not read this one because it's going to be very, very and while you're reading it, please do not call me and ask me, is this you? Are you the one who did these things? Are you writing from personal experience? No, I'm not. Okay? Do not read it and then call me and ask me, oh, is this person real? Are these events? Mm-mm. I've had that issue in the past. People used to call me and be like, the name that you use, is that me? And I'm like, no, no, that's not you. I wasn't talking about a particular person. I was not. And I just want you to know, while I'm writing it from is it a first person perspective or what is it called? Like first person. And it's not me, okay? I haven't lived that life. I'm not a boss. I'm not working wherever that person is working. I'm not associating with people that person is associated with. So please do not call me and ask me if those events are true, because they are not. It's fiction. Okay? And the characters' names, again, fiction. The place that those people are featured, fiction. So tafadhali, do not call me and ask me anything about the story. Okay, you can correct me if there's something that I haven't done well, grammatical mistakes and stuff like that. You can correct me on such, because English is not our first language. Okay, English is not my first language, so I might write something and it might not sit well or it might not be received well. You can call and correct. That's okay. I accept criticism because that helps me be better. But do not call me asking me about the character, asking if I'm the person that the story is about. If you know me, you will know that that story is not about me. It's just a story. So, yeah, from Monday the 5th, chapter 1 is going to drop, and every other Monday, expect to find a story on my WordPress account. That is miliana30.wordpress.com. So please go there, read past stories just to catch up, to go back into reading mode. And then when that comes out, please read it and like and follow me there as well. And I'll be super, super grateful. I've been getting into the mood of writing because I started reading again. So from November, as I said, things were not working out for me. And I woke up one day and I was just like, I need to go back to doing the things that I used to love to do. And one of them was reading. So I just woke up one day and started reading this story. Best believe I finished it within 2 days. It was an online story. After that, I took this book that I'd read before. I don't even remember when it was. I sort of remember the story, but I was like, because I cannot buy a new book at the moment, I was like, okay, let me reread stories that I've already read, just to get myself back into the mindset of writing and reading and stuff like that. And so I read this other book within a day. But it was a small one. It was 300 and something pages. And I read it within a day. After that, I read another one. And then I read another one and another one. And now I'm reading another one. I'm almost done. I think I'm remaining with like 2-3 chapters. And then I start another one, a hard copy now. Some books my friend had given me a couple of years ago, I just put them away because the first one I read was so terrible. Like the female character, I just didn't like her. And so I assumed the rest were going to be like that. But one of the books that I read in December were good. And it was one of the ones she gave me. So I was like, yeah, let me give another one an opportunity. And so I'm finishing one online. And once I'm done, the one that is remaining with 3 chapters, I'm going to be reading this one. And it's a big one. And it's one of those ones where like it's a novel, but it has like 2 different stories in it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And I've found that has been very, very helpful. Like the reading, it keeps me in the reading mode and in the writing mode. And the more I read, the more I feel like, being creative and writing new stories. I'm still stressed. And I know I said before, like I cannot write while I'm stressed, but I sort of just told myself I have to. I push through the pain. I push through the stress and everything, because I need to do things that make me happy. And writing makes me happy. Reading makes me happy. Me just sitting around and moping and feeling sorry for myself and wondering about the future, that is not going to work out. And especially in this new year, there's some changes I'm going to make. And as I said, they're not resolutions, they're just things that I want to actively do for me, because I really need to. I really need to change a lot of things about my life. And I'm hoping that, you know, this writing thing is going to be one of those. And yeah, I hope that I finish writing B for Boss and then I go to another one. I want to go back to writing. There's a script I had started writing, I think it was in 2024, that I never got to finish, or was it last year? I don't know. I hope that I'm going to finish writing it soon. And maybe, If I can sell it, I can get some money, and that will be something that I do. Like, I've decided to do my passions because I've been looking for work. I keep applying for jobs, and the whole of last year, nothing came from it. And so, this 2026, if you can call this a resolution, is that I'm going to be doing things that I love doing. I'm going to go after my passions. I'm a creative person. I write, and that's a thing I know I can do. Okay, it might not be clear, it might not be like perfect, but I'm sure if I continue doing it, if I keep practicing, I'm going to be okay at some point. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I've decided that. Let me run after my passions. If I find a job on along the way, that's okay. It's fine. I'll take it because I need to make money. But besides that, I'm going to go back to my passions. I'm going to go back to things that make me happy. And one of them is writing. And the second one is reading. Being creative, that's my thing. And so I'm going to dedicate my time into doing that. And yeah, I did that. So writing, I did. The collaborations, those ones I'm not sure because I cannot force people to do them with me. And any other thing that I promised to do in November, well, during the last episode, I'm going to try and do. But I'm only human, and there's some things that are out of my reach or my scope or my whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to force issues. I'm going to try and do the best that I can, and the rest I'll just leave it to God. So, yeah, happy new year. I hope that you crossed over as well, and I hope that you've had a beautiful, time since we last spoke or since I last recorded something. I hope that your November and your December were amazing, not like mine. But yeah, and I pray to God that this year is going to be better for all of us. I just pray to God that He puts me in, the wealth and health and, that good package, because I'm tired of being His strongest soldier. I'm tired. But anyway, thank you so much for the people who helped me back in 2025. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for the people who listened to the podcast the whole of last year. And I hope that you're going to start with me from this day and you're going to do the thing, you're going to come back every other Saturday, every other Wednesday, and you're going to be listening and to like and share and subscribe because I really, really need that. I saw the last time I checked the podcast, we were at 43 subscribers. God, come on. And I don't know. You guys can just share on your socials and tell people to come and follow, and I'll be really, really appreciative. I know it's still young. I know I'm still trying to get my footing, but one day it's going to make it. And I want to be able to look back and be like, hey, these ones are my OGs, these ones we started with them and they listened and I like that so much. I need to tell you that next week on Wednesday, there's not going to be an episode. As I said, this one is going to be short. So I'll try and upload it using MBs, which is going to be very costly. And I know that. But I'm not going to be back in Nairobi by Wednesday. So I might not be able to watch Netflix and record and edit, because that one I know is going to cost. Just watching a full movie on Netflix, and then recording and editing and uploading, that requires a lot of MBs that I cannot do while I'm in the village. We do not have Wi-Fi here, so that's just not going to happen now. I wanted to come back on the 3rd because I promised I'm going to be back on the 3rd, just to wish you Happy New Year. And then next week on Wednesday, we're not going to have an episode, the reaction episode. But then on Saturday next week, hopefully, inshallah, I'll be back in Nairobi and I'll be able to record and edit for Saturday. And then we'll continue from there. Okay, so bear with me. I keep my promises. I try to. So don't think that I lied to you. And that's why I wanted to do this, even if it's going to cost me a lot of MBs. And when I go back to Nairobi, hope I'm going to get the money for Wi-Fi, because I need to go back to recording and recording and recording, and then editing all of them and putting them up like for an entire month and stuff like that. And because I'll be writing as well, that is going to cost me as well. I'm going back to baking, but then I stopped baking in November and December because, well, not stop completely. It's just that I didn't get enough clients. And my clients, the ones that I had when I was starting in October, were kids from schools, but then schools closed and that made my business go down. I couldn't get enough clients. I tried to look for them. I really did. Yo, hey. But anyway, God knows. And so this January, I'm hoping that I can go back to doing it, and I'm going to sell, and I'm going maybe to help myself more. Okay. So yeah, there are a lot of things that are going to be happening. So there's the baking, there's the writing, and the podcast. And I hope that I'm going to do all of them, and I'm going to do them to the best of my ability. Like, I don't want to mess on any of them. And the reading, I need also to get time for that as well. And because I also like watching, those are things that I'm going to be doing. And of course, apply for jobs and stuff and hoping for the best. That, one hiring manager is going to look at my CV one time and be like, yeah, I'm going to take this one. So yeah, I hope for the best. So, as I said already, hope you guys are okay. Hope you crossed over to the new year well. Your family are okay. I hope that you had amazing holidays. As I said, mine weren't so good, but I'm with my grandma, so that counts for something. I'm truly happy and truly blessed. I feel blessed, even though a lot of things are not working my way. So, yeah, I'm just grateful. That's all I can say. So, I'm going to leave this here. I don't talk about so many things. It was just an happy new year kind of thing, and just to tell you, just to catch up a little bit. But we're going to do the real catch up, I think, for next Saturday. Yeah, I think I'll do a more detailed episode for you guys for next Saturday. But for now, just know that I'm grateful that you're here, that you crossed over to the new year, and that you are still listening to me. Okay, so yeah, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come